Kendrick Lamar just did the unthinkable. After months of silence, strategic moves, and cryptic verses, the Compton King has finally stood up, stared directly into the storm, and fired back at Drake with a vengeance the industry never saw coming. But here's the part that no one saw coming. It wasn't just a diss track. It wasn't just bars. It was a calculated, scorched earth war strike that's already sending shockwaves through studios, stadiums, and even boardrooms at OVO and UMG. Multiple insiders are leaking receipts of what really went down from Drake's desperate sell, Miz to Kanye, to Kendrick's secret studio sessions with some of Drake's closest allies, and even a now-deleted message from J. Cole saying, "We warned him," and fans. They aren't just reacting, they're choosing sides. Some are crying. It's over for Drake. Others are begging Kendrick, "Don't do this." But Kendrick is already 10 steps ahead, and what he unleashed may have ended the war before Drake could even reload. So what did Kendrick do? What was in the track? Why are insiders saying this ends everything? Let's break it down. This didn't just start last week. This war has been brewing for years, and now it's finally reached the boiling point. But to truly understand why Kendrick Lamar fired back so ruthlessly, we have to go all the way back to the seeds of disrespect, the sneaky subs, and the quiet fury that's now exploded into a loud lyrical annihilation. It started with Control, but it didn't end there. Back in 2013, Kendrick Lamar shocked the world with a single verse, the now infamous Control freestyle, where he name-dropped nearly every relevant rapper of his era and boldly declared himself King of New York. And while everyone else saw it as healthy competition, Drake didn't. Insiders claim that after that verse dropped, Drake became obsessed with the idea of taking Kendrick down quietly, not directly, not openly, but strategically. Over the years, fans noticed it. The slick lines in 6 p.m. in New York, the weird silence from Drake when Kendrick won the Pulitzer, the refusal to collaborate again even when fans were begging for a reunion, but Kendrick? He stayed quiet. Until now. To Pimp a Butterfly versus Views, the real divide while Drake was swimming in commercial success and radio dominance, Kendrick was evolving into a cultural force. Drake gave you vibes. Kendrick gave you revolution. And that divided the fan base. On one side, people dancing to Hotline Bling. On the other, fans dissecting All Right like it was scripture. But behind the scenes, the tension was real. There were reports of TDE reps being iced out of OVO parties. A$AP Rocky even hinted during an old Hot 97 interview that Drake wasn't too fond of Kendrick's team. And then came the awards snubs. The Grammys ignored Kendrick in 2016 in favor of Taylor Swift, but fans weren't mad at her, they were mad at Drake for allegedly lobbying behind the scenes to win the rap categories. And stealing Kendrick's moment, was that true? We may never know, but what we do know is that Kendrick never forgot. 2023 to 2025, the quiet shots get LOUDR over the last 2 years. This Cold War became noticeably warmer. Drake dropped lines like they act, like they deep. But they surfacely woke in middle of the ocean. And Kendrick snapped back with, "I'm really him. I don't pretend peace when the room's full of snakes" on an unreleased Baby Keem, COLAB. The fans caught it. The blogs ran with it. But still, no direct shots. Until the leak started. The first leak that shook EVRY Taijin's May 2025. A voice memo leaked on Twitter, X, reportedly of Kendrick in the studio saying, "He think this is chess. But I invented the board." The clip went viral in seconds. Millions of views, thousands of retweets. People knew who he was talking about. And just like that, the line had been crossed. Drake clapped back silently. No music, but cryptic IG stories and a caption on a Toronto rooftop. Legends fade too. And what did Kendrick do? Nothing. For months until last night, a surprise drop that killed the Silent Snow promo. No teasers. No snippet leaks, just a black image. An Apple Music drop. A title, The Heart PT6 Final Form, and inside it, a lyrical warhead aimed straight at Drake's soul in just 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Kendrick didn't just diss Drake, he exposed him. He broke him down. He called him by name 5 times and the entire industry. Lost its mind. But wait, what exactly did Kendrick say? Why are fans saying the war is already over? And why is Drake reportedly locking down OVO headquarters after this? You're about to find out. It was 11:57 p.m. The music world was asleep. But Kendrick Lamar was wide awake, locked in, and about to ignite the final chapter in a war he's been quietly orchestrating for years. And then, boom, no promo, no rollout, just a midnight drop. The Heart Part 6, Final Form, and just 14 seconds in, you knew this wasn't a diss track. This was a funeral. The opening line sent shockwaves. I made peace with my demons. Then I looked up and saw yours wearing OVO chains. What? The very first bar hit like a sniper bullet. No subliminals. No soft jabs. Kendrick was aiming dead center at Drake, and not just the music, but the entire OVO empire. Within 30 minutes, the hashtags began trending. Hashtag Kendrick Final Form. Hashtag Drake is finished. Hashtag the war is over. Hashtag OVO under fire. But that was just the start. Verse 1 was disrespectful. Verse 2. It was devastating. Leaked messages, insider blows. Kendrick went nuclear. You buying billboard placements, I buy silence in the streets. You win awards, I win wars you don't even know you're in. Then came the alleged leak, a screenshot, now viral from an anonymous studio engineer, who claimed Kendrick included a real voicemail recording from a mutual producer who had worked with both Drake and Kendrick in the past, saying, Drake's been shadow writing lines to bait you. He wants to drag you into his turf. Don't fall for it. And yet, Kendrick did. But on his own terms. He used that exact voicemail as a bridge between verses, layered under haunting piano keys, while he whispered, I fell for it. And I'm smiling. That moment sent Reddit, TikTok, canned hip-hop Twitter into a meltdown. The accusations that can't be ignored, this wasn't just petty beef. Kendrick brought receipts. He accused Drake of ghostwriting his own emotional bars, especially on Scary Hours 3 using NDAs to silence collaborators, paying journalists for puff pieces while burying criticism, and even hinted at a scandal involving a canceled artist, saying, you stood by abusers, then blamed the culture for caring. Now nobody knows exactly who he meant, but fans immediately began speculating. Was it Kanye? Was it Diddy? Was it Chris Brown? Drake had collaborated with all three, and Kendrick was now forcing the industry to pick a side. The line that shattered Twitter, but one line just won't cause the most damage. Buried deep in the third verse, Kendrick rapped, your son's first words gone, B. Don't be like daddy. What? The crowd lost it. Some fans were cheering. Some were crying. Others were furious that Kendrick brought Adamas into this. But Kendrick, he didn't blink. He followed it up with, you post him for streams. I raise mine in silence. That's when you knew. This wasn't just a diss. This was revenge. Fake deleted tweets add fuel to the fire shortly after the track dropped. A screenshot surfaced of a now deleted tweet from Drake's burner account. Yes, burner. We'll get to that. Which allegedly read, never thought you'd bring my kid into this. Congrats, you lost me. Was it real? Was it A? No one knows, but it exploded anyway. Insider at Raplex Daily posted, Drake's entire PR team is in DEFCON 1. They're pulling artists from OVO Fest, one manager said. He wasn't ready for this level of disrespect. Then came the betrayals. Kendrick wasn't alone. He had backup. And the names shocked everyone. J. Cole posted a black square with the caption, "He warned you." SCA, who once featured on Drake's early projects, posted a single word on her IG story, "Deserved." Even The Weeknd, once the golden child of OVO, posted a cryptic line from Kendrick's track, "Final Form," and then came the twist no one was ready for. The first major betrayal, 40 switched sides. A mysterious tweet from a verified music engineer who once worked at Soda Studios, Drake's go-to recording house, posted this. One of Drake's closest producers was feeding Kendrick info. For a year. What? Who? The thread didn't say directly, but fans went into detective mode. Theories flooded in. Was it Boy One Da? Was it Noel Cadastre? Was it OVO 40 himself? One Twitter user posted a now-deleted clip from a live stream where 40 is seen bobbing his head to an unreleased Kendrick beat and mouthing, "That's the one." Drama. Did Kendrick infiltrate the OVO camp? Did Drake's own people flip sides? Is this the death of the empire? One thing was certain, Drake hadn't responded. Not a bar, not a beat, not a word, just radio silence. Not a word, just radio silence. Fans declare the war over just 3 hours after the track dropped. Hashtag "The War Is Over" was trending at #1 globally. TikTok creators flooded the app with skits like Drake waking up and hearing the Kendrick diss, Kendrick after burying OVO in 3 minutes, Rihanna calling Kendrick to say thank you, and then came the petition. Yup, a fan petition titled, "Make Kendrick the new president of hip-hop," signed by 78,000 people in under 6 hours. Meanwhile, Spotify crashed TWICE because of the volume of streams hitting the track. This wasn't just a song. It was a global event, and yet, Kendrick had one last surprise, just as fans were recovering from the lyrical napalm. Kendrick uploaded a second track, titled "Good Kid, Bad King," a spoken word interlude. 2 minutes, no beat. Just Kendrick whispering, "I warned him." He laughed. "Now I'm done speaking. Let the silence bury him." Micdrop.org. So we thought, because right as the track ended, a distorted voice played for 6 seconds. People enhanced it, slowed it, boosted it. And what it said will haunt the culture forever. "He's not the only one I'm coming for." Drake was still silent. No post, no tweet, no response track. And that silence. It only made Kendrick's blow hit harder. But what came next wasn't just Kendrick's doing. It was the entire music industry flipping the board, tossing the crown, and declaring who the real king is. The internet turned into a war zone. The morning after The Heart Part 6, Final Form dropped. Twitter X resembled a battleground. Thread after thread broke down every bar like it was a murder investigation. Here's how Kendrick destroyed Drake's legacy in just 7 bars. Bar-for-bar breakdown of why this diss ends the beef forever. Kendrick just did what Pusha T couldn't. Here's the difference. And then, a now-viral audio leak surfaced, allegedly recorded from an internal Zoom call between OVO staffers and Universal Music execs. The clip, choppy, but what you could hear was haunting. "If we don't respond by Friday, we might lose the narrative for good." Yup, OVO was in full panic mode. The secret footage that leaked that same night. TMZ posted a surveillance video allegedly showing Drake pacing in a Toronto studio, visibly frustrated, talking to someone off camera. One of the clearer quotes, "You told me he wouldn't go this far. Now look what he's done." Look, the internet froze. Was Drake yelling at a producer? At a manager? At 40, speculation erupted. And then came the whisper theory. The whisper theory exposed. A TikTok creator named @TrapThesis posted a breakdown of the final 6-second distorted whisper in Kendrick's interlude. After cleaning up the audio, he revealed it wasn't just some spooky line. It was a name, and not just any name. Nav, he's not the only one I'm coming for. Nay. What? Why? Nay V. Turns out, Nav recently made subtle comments about Kendrick being overrated as a lyricist on a Twitch stream, and Kendrick apparently took notes. Now fans were terrified. Was Kendrick going after all of OVO? Was he cleaning the house? Was this a mass industry purge disguised as one diss? Then, Drake's own inner circle starts falling apart by noon. 3 separate insiders confirmed that 2 producers and a creative director left Drake's team within 24 hours of Kendrick's drop. One, who requested anonymity, told the Shade Room there were disagreements over how to respond. Drake wanted to go full war. His team wanted peace. Another said, "This isn't about just Kendrick. This is the culture turning on Drake. His arrogance caught up to him. Ouch." And Kendrick. He was still silent, but the silence spoke louder than a symphony. Shocking reveal. The playlist blackout just as fans were dissecting every bar. An eagle-eyed Reddit user noticed something shocking. Yo, Kendrick's diss track is appearing on 4 official Spotify playlists, but Drake's last track got removed from Rap Caviar. Yup, you read that right. Spotify had seemingly blacklisted Drake's last 2 singles from some of the biggest editorial playlists. Meanwhile, Kendrick's track hit Rap Caviar. Most necessary, Get Turned, Beast Mode, and to make things worse, Apple Music sent out a push notification worldwide. Kendrick Lamar makes his final statement in new track. Listen now. Fans began screaming playlist politics, accusing the platforms of taking sides. But Kendrick stands fired back. You can't playlist your way out of a grave. Celebrities react, and some turn on Drake. And then came the celeb responses, and wow, it got messy. Doja Cat posted a pic of her in a Compton tee with the caption, "Energy Shift." Metro Boomin quote-tweeted the diss with, "Finally. Someone said it, Tyler." The creator posted a cryptic Insta story that read, "Sometimes you've gotta lose the charts to win the crown, but the one that broke everything, Travis Scott." He dropped a single emoji on Kendrick's post, and that's when Drake unfollowed Travis. It was on. Meanwhile, Kendrick starts a chain reaction at 4:44 p.m. EST, intentional. Fans think yes, Kendrick posted one tweet. Just one. Truth has no promo team, no tag, no name, just facts. It got 2.1 million likes in under 6 hours. And in the replies, everyone from Vince Staples to Erykah Badu was dropping support. But then, a mysterious verified account named @TDERCHIVES posted, "There's a second verse Kendrick didn't release yet." And that's when everything exploded again. The alleged hidden verse leak. Audio surfaced late that night on SoundCloud under a burner alias. Oklahoma Chained, allegedly of a verse that was cut from the heart, part 6. In it, Kendrick allegedly said, "You built a kingdom of mirrors. I just held one up," and the line that had fans screaming, "I don't tweet threats. I schedule funerals," and then silence. Headlines the next morning were brutal. Complex. Is Drake's throne cracking under pressure? Rolling Stone. Kendrick didn't respond. He reshaped the rules. BET. Kendrick Lamar is the only one still rapping with blood in his mouth. Some called it lyrical slaughter. Others said it was too personal. But nobody denied the impact. And guess what? Drake. Still, no response. the final nail. An IG comment from Rihanna on a Kendrick fan post, "Energy never lies." Fans went feral. Because everyone knew. She hadn't commented on a hip-hop post in years. If Kendrick's verse was a bullet, then the fans were the trigger and the world. It was the target as the diss echoed across platforms. Hip-hop fans didn't just react, they erupted. Within hours, this wasn't just music beef. It was a cultural war, fought in comments, memes, interviews, and industry boardrooms. TikTok melted down first. TikTok turned into a battlefield of edits, breakdowns, and raw emotional reactions. Creators were posting clips like, "When you realize Kendrick just ended Drake's whole legacy in 3 minutes." POV, you're Drake watching the internet turn on you after Kendrick dropped final form. Kendrick brought up Adonis. I gasped, screamed, ran, prayed, and fainted. One video. Showing a mashup of Kendrick's diss over clips of Drake pacing in a Toronto Raptors game, hit 12.5 meters views in a day. In the comment section. A war zone, he brought the kid into it. War crimes were committed. Drake better drop something by tomorrow or retire respectfully. I used to be Team OVO. Now I'm scared to admit it. Kendrick rapped like he's been waiting to hurt that man since 2012. Twitter X wasn't just chaos, it was carnage. By mid-morning, hashtag Drake is done, hashtag KDOT the GOAT, and hashtag the final form were all trending worldwide. A thread with over 100,000 reposts titled, "All the times Drake sneak dissed Kendrick and thought he got away with it," broke down 13 different tracks from 2014 to 2024, where Drake made subliminal jabs at Kendrick. From summer 16 to 8 a.m. in Charlotte, and the replies. He had it coming. Kendrick played the long game. And won? This isn't beef. This is vengeance. Even fake leaked text messages went viral. One showed a convo between Kendrick and J. Cole, obviously fake, but fans ran with it. Where Cole wrote, "You sure you want to end him like that?" And Kendrick allegedly replied, "He ended himself." I'm just narrating it. The internet lost IT. And then? The memes went wild. Twitter, X, Reddit, and Instagram were flooded with brutal memes, Drake hiding under his OVO bedsheets. Kendrick walking away from a flaming Toronto skyline. Adonis photoshopped holding Kendrick's album. Screenshots of Drake Googling how to respond to a lyrical execution, and the caption that went most viral. Drake's ghostwriters listening to Kendrick like, "We not getting paid enough for this?" Even meme pages like @Daquan and @RapTV joined the fun, sharing a meme of Kendrick at a chessboard with the words, "Checkmate," at a chessboard with the words, "Checkmate." Radio hosts and podcasts took sides, and some were merciless. Bro on Hot 97, Drake's gonna need more than bars. He needs a resurrection. That boy got burned. DJ Akanix ironically flip-flopping, "I always said Kendrick had it in him." Bro went atomic, Joe Budden turning personal. Drake's ego wrote checks his pen couldn't cash. And now it's bouncing. That clip alone got 4 million views in 12 hours. But it wasn't just fans, the industry reacted too. Spotify, trying to play neutral, released a rare public statement after being accused of taking Kendrick's side. Our editorial team curates based on artistic impact, cultural relevance, and listener demand. We do not take sides in artist disputes. But fans weren't buying it. Meanwhile, Apple Music doubled down, placing Kendrick's track on the front page with a flaming crown graphic and the caption, "Final form. Kendrick Lamar's last words in a war that needed to be finished." Ouch, that felt very personal. And then came the collateral damage. A fake TMZ headline went viral. Drake cancels 3 shows following. Kendrick diss fallout. It wasn't true, but it didn't matter. The narrative was spiraling. and Drake wasn't controlling it. Insiders began leaking rumors that OVO Fest's major sponsors were reevaluating participation. Brand deals might be paused due to the controversy, and Netflix docuseries that featured Drake had cut a Kendrick reference in. Nike quietly removed an ad featuring both artists from their Instagram, and that sent conspiracy theorists into overdrive. They know something we don't. This is bigger than music. Celebs are choosing sides. And fans are keeping score. Team Kendrick Suzage. Cole Metro Boomin, Travis Scott Doja, Cat Vince Staple Styler. The creator, the weak Naven Nas, allegedly liked a Kendrick fan tweet. Neutral unknown Nicki Minaj silent. Fans are begging her to speak. Lil Baby simply tweeted. Rick Ross posted a pic of pears. Fans are confused. Team Drake so far. DJ Khaled posted, "We ain't worried." Bless up. French Montana shared a throwback of him and Drake. With real ones, link up. Tory Lanez retweeted a Drake fan post from jail. Yes, it really happened. Public opinion. SPLIT, but the majority's loud polls conducted by @RapCaviar. At No Jumper and even a Rolling Stone. Instagram story showed 76%. Sided with Kendrick's diss, 62% said Drake. Took too long to respond, 88% said bringing up Adonis was fair game. War. And a viral fan comment summed it up perfectly. You can't win a war you didn't show up to. Just when fans were sure nothing could top Kendrick's direct hit. Just when the blogs were convinced Drake's silence was strategic. Just when everyone thought this was over. A new leak dropped. And it wasn't from Kendrick. It wasn't even from Drake. It was from someone unexpected and dangerous. The mysterious leak, the October tapes. At 2:13 a.m., a SoundCloud page titled October Gone uploaded a distorted 17-second clip, captioned, "From the Vault." You thought it was just two players? Think again. In the audio, a voice unmistakably Drake's is heard saying, "He don't know half the truth. I could destroy him in 2 lines, but they'd cancel me." What? Fans were immediately confused. Was this an old clip? Was this recorded after Kendrick's diss? Who leaked it? But that wasn't the part that caused the chaos. The second voice that sent shivers down the entire industry. Do it? They already buried me. Might as well take someone with me. IT was the Kanye West, the man who had beef with both Drake and Kendrick in the past, and now. He was back. Kanye's return. Or sabotage. Immediately after the clip dropped, Kanye's official X account posted a single emoji. A black hole. Fans interpreted it as a declaration of war. Was Ye coming back to expose both sides? Was he arming Drake with info to strike back? Or was he waiting for both giants to fall, to reclaim the throne? Theories began exploding. V has the real dirt on Kendrick. Drake saved those Kanye calls for a rainy day, and it's pouring. This is now a 3-way war. And Ye is the wild card. But wait, the real twist came from within TDE, as fans scrambled to make sense of Kanye's mysterious involvement. An even more shocking betrayal emerged. A TDE affiliate named Rollo D, a former bodyguard turned YouTube podcaster, dropped Our Expos titled, "Why Kendrick's Final Form Was a Setup." The truth TDE didn't want out, and in it, he claims that track was meant to drop a year ago. But Top Dog made Kendrick sit on it. Why? Because they were negotiating a secret deal. With Drake, WHATTT. Rollo alleges that TDE was in talks to do a Kendrick X Drake project behind the scenes in 2024. Kendrick pulled out last minute after discovering a private OVO group chat mocking him. The hard part 6 wasn't the first diss, it was the last strand. Here's the part that stunned everyone. You think Kendrick went hard? That ain't even the real track. There's a part 2, and it's personal. the Heart PT 7 inches is IT coming. According to multiple insiders on Reddit and even verified journalists, Kendrick has a follow-up diss already recorded, and it's 10x more direct. He names the ghostwriters. He names the women. He even names the execs who protected Drake. But here's the thing. He's holding it. Why? Some say it's to give Drake time to respond. Some say he's waiting for October when Drake's rumored new album drops. Others believe it's because a mystery feature is attached to the verse and the name being thrown around. Eminem Drake isn't done, the final warning. And just when fans thought Kendrick had the final move. A screenshot from an OVO insider account posted this. Drake's silence isn't weakness. It's patience. October 13th, one track. 3 names. No mercy. Who are the 3 names? Kendrick, Cole, Kanye. Pusha T, could he even be going after Eminem? No one knows. But the date is circled. October 13th, exactly 13 days before. Drake's birthday fans are convinced that's when the counterattack drops, and based on whispers from inside Toronto. It's already recorded. The industry is terrified. Labels are on high alert. PR teams are working overtime. Artists are scrambling to cancel collabs that could backfire. Producers are being told not to pick sides, but it's too late, because, in the words of a fake but trending leaked DM from Kendrick to a producer, if you sit silent now, don't speak my name later. Final moments. And a phone call that might change everything right before we close this chapter. Let's talk about the leaked call that allegedly just happened. According to @RAPLEAKZ, Drake and J. Cole were on a phone call last night. And in that convo, Cole told Drake, "If you go too far, I'll defend him." Yup, Cole might defend Kendrick. The very man who once stood between them, now threatening to intervene if Drake goes nuclear. And the final line allegedly spoken by Drake. Then I guess you're next. So now you tell us, is the war really over? Or did Kendrick just push Drake into the darkest, most dangerous corner he's ever been in? We just witnessed one of the most explosive moments in hip-hop beef history. And the question echoing across every fan's mind right now is, was that Kendrick's final form? Or just the beginning? Because from what we've heard, from what's leaking behind the scenes, and from the dead silence coming from OVO, something big is coming. But we want to know what you think, and we're watching the comments closer than Kendrick watches bar placements. Do you think Drake should even respond at this point? Or would that just make it worse? Did Kendrick go too far by bringing up Adonis? Or was it fair game after years of sneak disses? And if Drake does respond, what if he brings back Pusha T, Kanye, or even calls in the Weekden? Is a full-blown war on the way? Drop your wildest theories in the comments. We'll be featuring the craziest ones in our next episode. Reply below with #TeamKDOT if you think Kendrick just closed the book. #Team Drake if you think the boy's about to flip the script or #HipHop needs peace if you think this war's already gone too far. But don't scroll away, just YET. Because we've got a massive update coming in our next episode. Leaked audio from a secret session featuring Travis Scott, Future, and Metro Boomin. And guess what? It's not safe for Drake. Yup. This war might be about to go ATL versus OVO. And the next diss might come from someone Drake trusts the most. So make sure to smash that LIKE button if you're still shook. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what drops next. Turn on that notification bell because the next diss might come at 3 a.m. and we'll be first to break it. This is far from over. You're watching the drama unfold, minute by minute, right here on The Misty Show. Minute, right here on The Misty Show.